When politicians reject biblical principles, their policies may reflect humanistic reasoning rather than divine truth, which can mislead nations into moral and spiritual decline. However, believers are not called to despair but to spiritual discernment and engagement. Explain how leadership, especially in governance, plays a role in either maintaining biblical values or allowing deception to spread. Biblical leadership: the contrast between righteous and lawless rule. Righteous leaders Joseph, David, Daniel brought stability, justice, and divine favor through obedience to God. Lawless leaders Pharaoh, Ahab, Nebuchadnezzar before repentance promoted idolatry, oppression, and rebellion. Modern parallels: as biblical foundations weaken, lawlessness grows in governance, mirroring prophetic warnings. Recognizing deception and resisting false narratives. While the church is not political in nature, believers are called to uphold righteousness in every sphere. Despite increasing lawlessness, Christ destroys the Antichrist by the breath of his mouth, ensuring ultimate victory. Choosing good candidates requires discernment, research, and alignment with biblical principles. Do they uphold biblical principles such as justice, righteousness, and truth? Are they consistent in their beliefs, or do they shift positions based on political convenience? Look for honesty and transparency in their past actions and statements. Have they demonstrated wise decision-making in previous roles? Do they have a track record of serving the people rather than personal interests? Are they accountable and willing to admit mistakes? Compare their stances on key issues with biblical values. Look beyond rhetoric. Do they have clear, actionable plans? Consider how their policies will impact spiritual vitality, religious freedom, and moral governance. Who supports them? Are they aligned with godly counsel or questionable influences? Do they promote unity and truth, or do they thrive on division and deception? Are they open to correction and wisdom from trusted advisors? Seek God's guidance in making the right choice. Ask for spiritual clarity to recognize deception and lawlessness. Encourage others to vote with conviction, not just emotion or party loyalty. Throughout history, leadership has shaped the destiny of nations, influencing whether righteousness flourishes or lawlessness takes root. The Apostle Paul warned in 2 Thessalonians 2 verses 7-8 that a restraining force holds back deception and rebellion, but when that restraint is removed, lawlessness will escalate. Today, we see this struggle unfolding in governance. Decisions made by leaders affect morality, justice, and even spiritual freedom. As believers, we are called to discern wisely, ensuring that those entrusted with authority align with godly principles. Paul's warning about the mystery of lawlessness at work and how restraint holds it back. Leadership, especially in governance, plays a role in either maintaining biblical values or allowing deception to spread. The church's responsibility, not just recognizing lawlessness, but standing as a force of resistance through spiritual discernment. When leaders reject biblical wisdom, policies often promote deception, moral compromise, and injustice. The Holy Ghost-filled church functions as a restraining force. When it loses influence, rebellion accelerates. Paul highlights that lawlessness will culminate in the Antichrist's rise, reminding believers to stay discerning.